Hello everyone, Fox Gaming YT here, and I'm releasing part 1 and part 2 on the same day. And last we left the factory. So now we're gonna read chapter 7. We arrived at the port where Willow was hoping to find her group's tugboat. Fortunately, it seemed that the Tiger has beaten us to it. The lighthouse were all could possibly to help us find a nearby ship, so we got to work activating. The town really showed the terrible effects of the infection on people. Doors locked, barricades created with chairs, tables, and whatever else they could find. They were going to find a way to end this. I'm sure of it. Things will go back to normal someday. Almost as soon as we left the lighthouse, a nearby boat approached and docked at the port. Our group boarded the ship and met Captain Budgie. She was a curious yet interesting sailor. We told her that we needed to get across the sea. Unfortunately, she told us we didn't have enough fuel to make it to the trip to Dorfport, and that reserves were locked in the ship with her infected crew. Will and I went to get the fuel. Chapter 8, the ship. Once Willow and I researched the fuel container, an infected crewmate approached us from behind. It must have accidentally hit the lock button on the container because we found ourselves locked in. I kept telling Willow that it would be best for us to start getting along, as nothing good could come from us. Keep our hostiles. None of us are innocent, and it's time for us to accept that. Shortly after our friends found us inside the fuel container, Mimi explained that there were no infected to be found. And by the way, if you got the savior ending, Mimi will be here, found in the ship. So they came down to see what we were up to. Our reconnaissance was quickly interrupted by sounds of explosions. We quickly met with Captain Budgie outside, and she informed that we arrived at Dorfport. It could just be seen off in the distance in a complete explosive light. The fuel we're retrieving should be enough to give the Medora a push to the docks. Here, I gulped and looked around, seeing the horrified faces on everyone else. We had no idea what we're in here for. Okay, we landed at Doveport to discover Willow's tugboat's already there. The Tiger arrived before us. Pony and I searched ahead to find the way to the surface. It wasn't something that we were looking forward to. To say the least, the explosions didn't sound very fun at all. Just when I thought the voices were over, they came back to haunt me. It seems that they tortured Pony as well. It appeared though he was losing his mind. The creature chasing us gave us headaches. As we made our way to the facility, we eventually discovered a pathway to the surface. I went on ahead. Pony caught up later. He was there. I met Tiger face to face. He tried to convince me that I should help him instead of Willow in finding the cure. After not giving him the proper response, he left. He's a silent type. Wouldn't serve one. Our group made our way to the surface and met with unsurprisingly bombs. There was that we meet Robbie and Kona. Robbie was a mall security robot. I still felt uneasy near it. The last time I met one of kind, though it wasn't so pleasant. However, it helped me cover a lot from explosions. I'll give it that. Kona, the engineer responsible for the creation of the mall robot, it seems that it wasn't too fond at adding weapons to the robots. And I can't blame him. Mimi and Kona known each other for years. Turns out they have been attention to the same school of engineering. It gives us a lot of great comfort to meet someone Mimi knew we could trust. He offered Mimi a radio so he could be in touch with us and send us on our way with Robbie to help us on the journey towards the cure. Chapter 10: The Temple. Robbie and I went down to the lab. Kona dug into a temple when his building lab was kept that way. I have no idea how nobody noticed the metal doors seeping into the old rock walls. He must have had some way of hiding them. It was ridiculous with active traps. He may have been using them to fight against the infected. After getting the temple exit door open, our group returned to the surface away from the explosions. It was there that something truly unexplained occurred. The world around me went dark, and I began to hallucinate. Once I saw Bunny and Doggy and Sissy. I knew it was a trick. I'd been fooled before. Eventually, they vanished and he appeared. I don't know what to call him. He's some sort of extra-dimensional being. I don't know. I sound crazy for that saying, but he's capable of much more than anything else I've seen. He was the one responsible for the hallucinations, the whispers, and the voices. He also revealed to me that I'm immune to the infection. I'm not immune to pain though, so I still need to be careful around the infected. He offered to let me see my friends again if I joined him. As you probably expect, I declined. Why would I join someone who has been torturing me for a long time now? He wanted me to stop my journey and left in a blink of an eye. I was back with the group. Pony informed me that he knows about that mysterious being. He tried to bribe Pony as well, but like me, he refused. It looks like that being doesn't want us to get to that cure at all. Unfortunately for him, I remain present and cold. That's how I felt, both on the inside and out. The searching weather outside, Cupid with Pony's sharp words, created a perfect storm. I couldn't believe Pony would do such a thing. Everything I thought he would turned out to be wrong. At least that's what I think of. He was told by Will to do it. Why didn't he go ahead and do it? Why did he give Doggy and me the potion? There's a lot to him. I don't know. Georgie was right though. If I keep my frustration to Pony's actions inside me, it would begin to burn and leave scars. It's not worth it. We need each other more than ever now. We do things because we have to, not because we want to. His words continue because they're real. As we made the way into the lab, we find where the mysterious, mythical cure was being developed. We ran into Tiger. He was focused on the sage charts to block our path, waiting to ensure Willow that he could not get the cure before him. His gaze was fixed on her as we ran to him. After an argument they fought. That's when some of the charges went off and exploded from the others. I was alone again, alone with my thoughts when I am most terrible. Yep, and that's all for part 2, and then all we have is chapter 12. I may do part 3 with the 8 maps. So leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.